marching into Tennessee. But will they return to New Orleans with the win? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They're led out by the NFL's MVP from 2019, now in his fourth season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson. This one complete to Nicole Hardman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April, the rookie from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
To throw again on second down. Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Lawrence will throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Throw to the right here to Gordon. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 59 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Lawrence on 3rd down. This will go to Henry out wide. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short. Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Jackson going to keep it running right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. From the pistol, it's Gurley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 15 carries, 70 yards. I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Prater's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for. No, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed? Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me,
This ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since they did.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Jalen Ferguson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, he dumps it off for Henry. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this group, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now it's Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 6-0 our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now it's Jackson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there was going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Well, so far, just the single catch. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Here's Jackson to throw. Dumps it off to Gurley. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Lawrence. Open man. He completes it to Judy. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The Titans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Draw play. This is Henry. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken right at the 35. 35 yards that time on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Titans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Henry out of the pistol. Nikel Roby-Coleman, a name that will ring in the ears of Saints fans forever, in on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
First down and much more for Henry. And down to the 16-yard line. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Yeah. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. And Gano's kick is right through. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with his...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he puts it through. It's a 10-8 game now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On third down, Jackson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's caught inside the 20. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Jackson. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's taken to the 26. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
It's complete. Stills.
7 yards, the pickup there.
So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mario Addison in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Rams, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
61 yards rushing for him now as he's running 11 times.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
On the option right is Jackson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And I do believe that sometimes as a defender, when you see read option, you're just making an educated guess because the offense feels like no matter what move you make, it turns out right for them. Sometimes it can burn you making that guess, but I think here, he said, I'm pursuing the quarterback no matter what he does, and this time, he picked the right option.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Mecole Hardman. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. He talked about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Prater on to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints again ready to go on offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Henry. A nice little juke, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Short throw into the hands of the tight end Boyle, but he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Off the option, here's Henry.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Hardman. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand, oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. On 1st down, it's Henry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Lawrence will throw.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action.
We'll check on his status when we get back.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Nowhere to return here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jalen Ferguson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. On 2nd and 10, Jackson. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
90 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Walker.
7 yards, the pickup there.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Thomas with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. It's an important touchdown right there as now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will make this a 19-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a Tennessee score. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And this will now get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Mims.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Gano now to add the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Stays on his feet. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And Jackson going to hold on to it again.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Lamar Jackson, 56 yards.
And the Titans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson, what more can we say at this point? He is a living, breathing highlight reel. And go ahead and tack on that last play to the list of big ones by number 8.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack.
Lawrence. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On second down, it's Gurley again.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Gurley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On second and goal, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Titans on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at a third and goal here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Lawrence's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Now Lawrence.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Boyle. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Lawrence. A check down here for Henry.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
And his throw here's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence, and it's caught. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now Lawrence. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they take a knee. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Tennessee, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.